Alright, what's up guys? So we got the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth trailer, and we reacted to it yesterday, but what I would like to do is slow it down and try and find any additional secrets we could pick out, because there's always some kind of secret, right? So let's see if we can find anything. So we're going to put the volume fairly low, play through it a couple times, we're going to leave subtitles on.
We've done, that's set in stone. The past is forever. But the
That
future
directly
even if it
contradicts
has been
the
like
premise
this,
of
can
VII
be
Remake,
changed.
but sure.
So focus
Or
on the
the,
future,
whatever
not the
time travel
past.
shenanigans she did is a one-time trip.
He wants to finish what he started. He
This
wants
is
to
Cloud
reclaim
talking
his
about
birthright
Sephiroth,
and
which
rule over the planet with Genova at his
he
side.
thinks he knows what he's talking about, but he also may not know what he's talking about there, so let's keep
I saw
watching.
you lying there.
So this is all Nibelheim incident, where basically, I've been saying this at the beginning, this is probably how the second game is going to open, with this scene right here, of Cloud and Sephiroth going to the Nibelheim reactor and doing that whole crazy sequence that everybody remembers very well. And I hope they let you play as Sephiroth here. I said this at least 100 times already, but it'd be really cool if they let us like actually play as and feel the power of Sephiroth, like in comparison to Cloud. That'd be pretty badass.
I figured it was too late.
And then what he's talking about right now is during this particular bit when Sephiroth stabs Tifa, and she just gets launched down the stairs, getting stabbed pretty much in like the heart almost. And yeah, honestly, she probably should have died. It was kind of, I won't say it was an oversight that she survived that. She was like nursed back to health by Zack and all that stuff, but it was something that was kind of like never really properly explained how she survived that. It was just she just lived and that's it. So this makes sense they're going into this more. I don't know if this actually means anything or if the stupid whispers saved her back then. Who knows? But we'll find out.
I figured it was too late.
Wait, what are you implying? That I died? That I'm some kind of imposter?
So the thing about this, though, is that this conversation never exactly happened like this in-game. So, I think it's an interesting way of saying that it's Tifa who thinks she's an imposter when in reality it's most likely Aerith who is the imposter, quote-unquote. Like, we're not talking Among Us imposter, but Aerith is the one that knows too much. Tifa is acting as she always has and always should, but the fact that they're bringing this up might imply that the whole whisper thing had more implications than we thought. Maybe it changed something in history where Tifa did actually die back then and there's something going on. Spitballing bullshit. I don't think that's actually the case, but the fact that they're leaving this particular scene in the trailer has got to mean something, and that might be more of a plot point than we thought. Maybe we'll find out just how she survived and recovered from it. They'd be stupid not to tell us that at this point.
Imposter?
Once again, flesh to Aerith's death.
You were here with me 5 years ago.
This is Cloud talking
Where are
to
you?
Zack, or about Zack.
What happened to you?
Maybe he's remembering Zack
trying
because
so
for the longest
hard
time
to
he did not
find
remember who
you.
Zack was.
Sorry. Feel like I failed you.
Aerith could be talking to absolutely anyone
To
here.
find you.
Like, they want us to believe she's talking about Zack here, and she tried, but obviously in the base game and everything else besides Remake, he was dead. And they're clearly setting Zack up to have a much bigger part in this game. What I'm assuming they're going to do is something Final Fantasy VIII style, where Zack basically is like his half of the game, and then you have Cloud's half of the game, and they kind of conjoin at some point, or the revelations of Zack's will lead into Cloud's version, will lead into Cloud's story. I think that's probably what they're going to do with it. But of course, at some point, Zack and Cloud are going to have to meet up and have to explain these two Buster Swords somehow, or something else happened in the past and Zack still went missing or died somehow. Cloud still got that Buster Sword. So something still happened to Zack, we just don't know what. It's kind of interesting, though. The fact that they're doing the Crisis Core remake the same time that they're talking about this means that this is it's Zack's game. Like, it's important to Zack. But we didn't get too much from that in full speed. Let's slow-mo that trailer a little bit. So, normal-ass birds. Straight up.
What we've done.
I'm going to leave the subtitles on, actually.
Stone.
This is probably a better idea. This is very likely the opening of the game, actually.
Not the
Is the way that this is set up is very much similar to the opening of Remake itself, with the feather leading into the scene. But alright, let's take a look at this area. So this is basically like the outskirts of the Nibelheim reactor. So this isn't quite Nibelheim. This is after they've already entered and they're just walking toward the reactor. That's clearly going to be a much bigger area now than it was. Before, it was just like a small dungeon that you were kind of done within like 20 minutes. And there's Sephiroth coming in. Flowing hair. The man is giant. I'm sure it's the exact same model they used in 7 Remake. I don't recognize this bridge, but I doubt it's anything. Let's see. What are they shooting here? I'm trying to see if there's anything new. It's just Genova. And the Sephiroth's weird cat eyes. What is his endgame? Honestly, nobody knows. It could very simply be that he just wants to live after getting his ass kicked a couple times. Could be the same as in Advent Children. He just wants to, you know, ride the planet into the cosmos. Shit like that.
What are you
But what Tifa is saying here is much more interesting, honestly.
I die?
I hope they go more into that. I hope that's a bit more interesting than she was. Oh, she survived, got, you know, got nursed back to health. Like, it might be a bigger plot point than it was in the original game. It could also be absolutely nothing. And also, if Cloud knew this the whole time, I'm surprised it took him this long to bring it up. But either way. Yeah, once again, pretty sure, nearly positive it's going to be the opening of the game with the white feather. Notice there is only one Buster Sword, so I'm guessing that we're going to play as Zack in a past setting. And then at some point, he's going to pass that sword on to Cloud. Something has to happen to Zack, because I don't think there's 2 Buster Swords. I just don't. Then again, the end of Intergrade clearly shows that he's in the present day. What this part is telling me right here is basically that we're going to at least get to the point with where Cloud gets his memories back, or he gets them back earlier. It's the only way he's remembering Zack at this point in the game.
Sorry. Feel like I failed
So
you.
yeah, there's Midgar. My dumb brain is stupid. For a second, I was like, wait a minute. Which plate is this? But that's got to be the Sector 6 plate. So, yeah. I was like, wait a minute, did they fuck something up and show the already fallen plates up? But no, that's the Sector 6 plate, which was supposed to have dropped in an accident. But, alright, let's see. I wish I can gauge more from this, man. I wish there's more details I could gather. We're going to watch back the Crisis Core trailer one more time, because I know they actually changed a few things to correlate better with the Remake's timeline, so that way it doesn't seem like there are, you know, discrepancies. But let's go take a look at the Crisis Core Remake. So let's take a look at this. This is, I think specifically...
Boy. The price of freedom is steep.
Wait. One detail to notice immediately.
Steep.
They actually changed the sword in the CGs, which, like I said, I heard that they changed a few details, which is why I checked this, but that's definitely one they changed. They made sure the swords lined up so that it doesn't have that like gold plating it used to. I'll show a picture of the old one there too, just so you can see it. But it used to be like a more of a fancy sword, while now it's just back to being that slab of metal that it used to be, you know? I'm just going to see if anything else has changed. Game looks great, though, so I'm happy. I'm happy either way. So, yeah, no real extra detail. Like, he just looks way better. It's simple as that. Crisis Core in 60 FPS, using graphical style that is very much trying to be like Remake. Crisis Core is such a good game, dude. Plus, I can actually watch this trailer. Okay. Genesis looks much better. Like, he's, like, just barely redesigned, but he looks much better. I don't know if there's really not much information on the screen. Like, let's see. There's his profile, and then everything else is in some mysterious, unreadable language. If there's anything worth reading in the bottom right here, and you could somehow enhance it, point it out to me, but I don't see anything. But, yeah, okay. This is Angeal. Angeal right here. He gave Zack the Buster Sword in the first place. Angeal's cool. I like Angeal. He's a pretty vanilla character. He's a pretty vanilla, like, you know, father figure type character, but I like Angeal. One of the coolest boss fights. They're showing this bit here in Wutai. I didn't even notice this the first time. Hold on. But the DMW is definitely still in play. This is the game's like random factor, which basically just it randomizes your limit breaks, which I was never a big fan of it being randomized like that. But it is what it is. Also, we're checking out, there's a couple little details on the flag here. And this must be the Wutai symbol. I don't remember that being the original game, but I also might not have been looking for it back then. But just the 60 FPS is beautiful, man. The game looks great. Like, I wonder if it's going to be a full-price game, because it is still a, you know, a remastered PSP game. And see, we just saw the Nibelheim incident in the 7 Remake version. Look how good Genesis looks. I really got to like compare what this dude looks like in the actual game. It is night and day. And once again, Genesis, everyone thought that we couldn't get a Crisis Core remaster because of GACT. That's definitely not the case. I've confirmed already the Japanese version does still have the GACT voice acting. Like, they didn't recast him. So I don't think GACT cares. I think it was just held up because they're waiting for just this moment to re-release it. And also, that is definitely Remake Sephiroth's model. The hair is not quite as good, probably limited a little bit by the engine, but it's such an improvement, dude. I just realized this thing's kind of like a prototype Guard Scorpion. Really good summon fights in this game, which I think were actually like the inspirations for the 7 remake summon fights. They're using the 7 remake designs now too, which is pretty cool. I hope we get to see Bahamut, what the hell's his name? Bahamut Fury. Also, we got Flower Girl Aerith.
To become first?
This guy, he never really does too much. 6 shot.
Good. Unattainable dreams are the best.
So one thing I've noticed is actually they're only showing past Zack. So I guess they haven't really gotten to the second half of the game just yet.
Protect your honor.
I like the cutscenes have been remastered, though. They look so much better. Most of the time with like these PSP remasters, the CGs still look awful. So that's sick. But yeah, the only really changed detail I did notice was the changes to the sword, which still stands over here. So my guess is they probably just redid all the CGs. That's the only way they're going to have them look this good on modern consoles. Or they still have like the source files available and we're able to just make this change easily. But Zack is my boy. Never looked better. Sick. Dude, Rise of Score is amazing. Can't wait for this to come out. I wish there was more details for me to pick out of here, but it really is just the changed swords. They're the only thing that I notice. And the updated like designs of how much better everything looks, man. Like that 60 FPS is no joke, dude. It's beautiful. This game's coming to Switch, dude. But yeah, man, I don't think there's really anything else I can pick out of here. The Ever Crisis trailer probably had a couple of things, but I don't know if you guys want me to look into that. If you want to take a look at the Ever Crisis trailer, try and pick out some details, let me know in the comments below. Subscribe for more Final Fantasy content, among all the other things that I'm doing. None of that's really changing. But once these games come out, expect some playthroughs. Expect a Final Fantasy VII playthrough soon. I mean to do it for a while. I feel like now is the best time, so look forward to that. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you next time. Till then, everybody.